Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy back with you again, and today I want to talk to you about things to take on a Caribbean cruise or a warm weather cruise. As always, specific to Carnival. I can't speak for what is and is not allowed on other cruise lines. As far as what's not allowed, that's for another little video I'm going to do. This is a list of stuff that we like to bring on a cruise ourselves. And then I've got a few suggestions from friends that I asked for their advice. And at the very end, I'm going to give you the number one thing you should always take on a cruise. That could be Alaska, Caribbean, and anywhere. But that's coming up at the end, so stay tuned. All right, let's run through these. It's going to be quick. So you can email me, like I said, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. It'll be coming up at the end of this show if you want me to send you a full list of all of these items. This is a neck pillow. My wife loves to wear one of them on the flight on the way out. It allows her to arrive refreshed. If you take these space saver bags, they're great, but they're vacuum. So at the end of the cruise, you may not have access to a vacuum unless the cabin steward can get you one, and they can't always get you one, but you can buy these pumps online, and they work great. I use them all the time. Ziploc bags. You can put a whole bunch of stuff in a Ziploc bag. You can put snacks in there. You can put passports, money, anything that you're taking, you want to keep it in a waterproof environment. These work pretty well. Or you can invest in one of these. We got this on Amazon. This is like a little pouch you can put your stuff in. It's sealed. It's great. They're not very expensive. You can put your passport, anything you want in there too. We got that on Amazon. Ponchos! It might rain. I actually saw on John Hill's blog today, somebody was complaining it rained on a sea day. People live to complain, right? You can buy these on the ship for like $6, or you can buy one, as my friend Paul likes to say, for $1 in advance. Take a couple. They're disposable, throw away, but you never know when you need a poncho. Hopefully you won't need it, but you never know. This is cool. Take a backpack. Of course, my wife had to get one with anchors on it. You can also take this to put some souvenirs and gifts on the way home. If you take it empty, or take another small bag, it's a good idea because you're going to bring stuff back. So remember to leave space when you pack, or bring an extra bag for any provisions, any gifts, any souvenirs you might buy while you're on the cruise. But this is great to take ashore with you depending on what you are doing. Binoculars. They're great for, you never know what you'll see. So bring binoculars, especially if you have a balcony or you're up on the Lido deck. Binoculars are great. We like to bring these little TSA approved locks for our suitcases for the flight. Personal choice, but we just like to do that, so you can bring them. Sunglasses. It's amazing what you might forget. Write a list and check it off as you pack it. We start packing early before a cruise and we'll double check at the end, but sunglasses are a great thing to have. In your room, if you love music like me, I have a Bluetooth player. It's awesome and not that expensive. This particular model, it was like $60-70. I use it all the time for everything. I got my little Bluetooth headphones here, so I can listen to it in quiet, or I can play it quietly in the cabin. Don't play it too loud and annoy the people next to you or below or above you. But this is great for some of that downtime when you're getting ready for dinner or something like that in the cabin. Or you can take it to Lido deck and use your headphones and listen to it. Awesome. Power. There's not always a lot of power in the room. No surge protectors allowed. But you can get one of these little babies. Again, we get a lot of that stuff on Amazon. But this has like extra power outlets, USB ports, and I bring a nice little extension cord because I like to wake up with my phone next to me so I can check my email, because I wake up at 2 hours before Julie, my wife, does, so I can check all that without waking her up. So not a bad idea to take them. GoPro or a waterproof camera. These things are awesome to have, especially if you do snorkeling and stuff like that. You never know what you might catch or what you might not catch. So get one of these. You can buy these luggage tag holders. So you can get one of these there. You can put your boarding pass in there, or anything you want to do. You can get these on Amazon everywhere you look. Just be warned, if you do search for it, it's going to come up on your Facebook feed for the next 5 years that you should buy them. So, but we love them. They help us a great deal. Passports. Still got a British one. Been here since '93, but still haven't taken up American citizenship because I refuse to take a test most Americans would fail. But take your passports. It sounds silly. I've seen many people forget. Also, take a picture of your passport and take a picture of the page with all your information on it. So just in case you lose it. Do the same with your luggage. Take a picture of your luggage. There's a whole lot of luggage getting taken on a cruise ship. It's not that difficult to lose something. So you can show people what your luggage looks like. I've seen it many times delivered to the wrong floor. Clips. Towel clips. Don't use these at 6 in the morning to reserve a chair on the Lido deck. Don't be that person. Go get one. I hate people that do that. I'd rather get these and clip them somewhere else, if you know what I mean. But these are great for towels. Not just one, obviously, take a couple of these. You can also get the clothespins if you want to dry some wet clothes. You say you've been like me, you've gone to the gym, you're all sweaty. You rinse it out in the bath, and then you need to dry it. Get some clothespins for that. Post-it notes, you never know. You can leave a note for your steward, room steward, anything you want. You never know when these might come in handy. Same thing with highlighters when you're highlighting any sort of lists. That's great. Like you could highlight what you want to do on the fun times. Well, whatever they call it today, they change the name of it all the time. Download the hub. That's a whole nother show. Download the Carnival hub. It's the best thing for a cruise. Not enough time to tell you about that now, but I will at a later date. Bug spray or bug repellent. You never know when you'll need that, especially in some of these places. Suntan lotion, aloe. Make sure you get the right SPF. I need 800. My wife needs 30. Make sure you got compromise on which ones you take, so you got all of those. Wrinkle remover. Because you're not allowed to take steamers, and we've never smuggled a steamer on board, ever. Wrinkle remover. Just in case you never want to smuggle on a wrinkle remover like a steamer. Never. Never do that. Shampoo. What we do when we go to hotels, we get a lot of these and we collect them, and we'll save them for cruises, because I don't really care for the shampoo and conditioner on board the cruise ship. So we'll save these in hotels. We'll actually even go up to our cleaning room person in the hotel and say, can you give us a couple of extras? We like to shower a lot. And then we take them home. So we have a bunch of these we'll put up in the cabin. Air freshener like a Febreze or something. Maybe not this big. In my case, you might need one this big, because enough said. But you never know how smelly that cabin might get with 2 or 3 of you in there. Especially if you're going with a friend you've never traveled with. I'd get 2 of these, just in case. Sewing kit. Enough said, can be very useful. Earbuds. In case you're up or above or close to something making noise, or another cabin making noise or something all the time, you've got them as backup. Shout wipes. Neosporin in case you get a little cut. Band-aids. Plasters as we call them in England. But you've got all this stuff. Just a few, you don't need a great deal, but you never know when they'll come in useful. You don't want to have to go to the medical place on board. They'll charge you the earth just to go visit. Everything is 50 million times more expensive like this if you buy it on board. So bring a small medical kit, bring that, bring some headache pills, anything like that that you think you might need. Give yourself a little bag of that stuff. Tweezers. I said to my wife, do you use tweezers? She goes, nah. Well, yes I do. So, tweezers. Nail clippers. Lip balm. A bunch of stuff you might think you need in a cruise. You're not going to need all this stuff. My wife is a wedding planner. She takes an emergency kit to every wedding. She uses something of the kit every time. So know what you want, know what you don't want, but have an idea in your head. A few other things real quick. Some people like an over-the-door shoe holder. We don't, but you can take one. Flip-flops, water shoes, seasickness pills, and whatever you think you might need. Take your insurance cards. Take a copy of your insurance card as well to make sure you have that. A list of medications you take, a list of emergency contacts. Like I said, take a picture of your luggage, take a picture of your passport, bring a sweater or a light jacket for the evenings, bring some magnetic clips if you want. Some people use them to put stuff on the door. Some small change. They have machines on board where you can change bills down, but you can't go smaller than a $5 bill. So if you want ones and some actual change, bring it with you. You can go to the casino and change down that as well, but you've got the potential of a line and a lot of smoke. Now, also, I emailed some of my friends and said, what do you bring? So, one of my friends, Anne, she brings a couple of kids with her, young kids, Avery and Landon. So I said, what do you bring for them? Well, she said, I bring iPads, books to read, a journal with markers in so they can write about the day each night. She says, bring their own camera, let them go around and take their own pictures so they can document the week or however long they're on the cruise for. And she added, they both definitely need to bring their own favourite stuffed animal. Just imagine how much space this might take, so that's why you don't have to take everything. What else? Some of my friends suggested a hanging toiletry bag. In the balconies you've got a bit more room in the bathroom, but on some of the other cabins not so much. You might need something like that. A bottle opener, if you bring your own wine on, you can bring up to 1 bottle per person on a cruise, up to 750 millilitres. So if you bring it, it's not a screw cap, how are you going to open it? Insulated cup. You might want to bring some flavored creamer for your coffee. They've got stuff on board, but it's pretty basic. The same with tea bags. They'll have tea bags, but what sort of tea bags do they have? Not the best. I like my PG tips. I'm bringing some of them. They ain't got them on board. A night light if you want one. If you haven't got it on your phone, bring an alarm clock, bring a flashlight. One of my friends said they love to bring ginger chews. It settles your stomach when you're not feeling well. Like I said, bring a second bag for gifts and souvenirs. Bring your clothespins. Another idea I had was bring some Dawn in a small portion of Dawn. You wash out your Tervis cups or stuff like that. Anything you need. And then one last thing they said was maybe bring a magnetic board if there's a group of you. You can put where you are on the door. If you're looking for somebody, you'll know where they are just by going to their cabin. So that's a lot of information in a very small amount of time. Like I said, email me, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com, and I'll send you a spreadsheet with a list of all of this stuff, and you can decide what you want and don't want. I didn't really cover clothes, because that's a whole another story, and that's really up to you what you want. A couple of things I would recommend though, because if you're going out on the Lido deck, you definitely want some swimming trunks, or costumes as we call them in England. I always get ripped for that. You know, so take a few of these so you can look good and sexy on the thing. This is my new favorite, especially from the back. You know, so you got all this stuff. So if you want to feel comfortable on the Lido deck in the warm weather, take some of these with you, and then there you go. One more thing, I said I'd save the best to last. There is one last thing I recommend that you take on every single cruise. Guess what it is? Cruise suits! The question is, which ones are you going to take? See you later, cruising world. Email me anytime, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. Looking to book a cruise? Contact the best rep in the fleet. Tell him I sent you, David Chirinos. You'll see his email and phone number right here. Happy cruising!